Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am. Sir, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Smita ma'am, I think sir, Smita madam.
Ma'am, this YouTube is not showing that screensaver that I have
Is
just
not
joined in my mobile.
Okay, okay.
YouTube.
Okay, ma'am, let me find out.
Sir has to put that screensaver now with that e-card as a screensaver.
Sir.
Amrita?
Your voice is coming. Ma'am's voice, sir. Sir, I hope.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You did it? You did it? Sir, I think YouTube, sir, just go for YouTube. You check YouTube. What about Smita
Yes, ma'am.
madam?
Check.
See,
Check.
okay, sir. What about Smita ma'am? I have to call her again. I'm leaving and calling her.
I was muted actually. Happy Mother's Day to all those who are present here, and all the best.
Happy Mother's Day, ma'am. Happy Mother's Day.
And all the best for this live streaming. I hope it comes out well. Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am Navita Mahanti. Ma'am. So this is Semita Panda, principal of Blossom School. We are so honored to have you here. Bharat sir, please unmute. I hope you have done the provision of unmuting.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, done.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir. I think sir has joined.
Let us see.
Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning, Namita ma'am.
Good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ma'am, sir.
Good morning, all of you.
Good
Good morning, sir.
morning,
Good morning,
sir.
ma'am.
Good morning.
Happy Mother's Day,
Morning.
Happy
ma'am.
Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Good morning.
Happy Mother's Day
Thank
to
you,
you,
sir.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day, all of you. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank
Good
you,
morning.
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
sir.
Namaskar, Dr. Namita
Thank you,
ma'am.
sir.
Namaskar.
Nad- Good morning, Nadia, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning. Ma'am, good morning. Namaskar.
Bharat, sir. Some noise is coming, sir. Please. Do the needful.
So should we start now? It's already 9 o'clock.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. So Sarmisha ma'am, if you're ready, can we start now?
Sure, ma'am. To the world, you are a mother. To our family, you are the world. Good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to this special webinar where we are celebrating and paying tribute to motherhood. Honorable Founder Manager, Mr. Toraj Mogbelper, sir. Director, Mrs. Nadia Mogbelper, ma'am. Principal, Mrs. Simita Panda, ma'am. Our chief guest for the occasion, Professor Dr. Namita Mohanty, ma'am. Dear teachers and staff members of Blossoms, students, parents, wonderful mothers, and all the viewers watching the live streaming of this special program on the International Mother's Day. As we know, the second Sunday in the month of May is celebrated as the International Mother's Day in respect of the mother, the first teacher for every child, the symbol of true affection and care. And in this unique webinar, we pay our tribute to the mothers. So let's start our webinar by welcoming our chief guest for the occasion, Professor Dr. Namita Mohanty, a renowned psychologist, by presenting her the bouquet virtually. Bharat sir, I would request you to do the needful. Dear ma'am, please accept a small token of love and affection. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. May I now request our principal, ma'am, Mrs. Simita Panda, to address us all. Ma'am, over to you.
Good morning and a warm welcome to all of you to this celebration of International Mother's Day. First of all, I would like to wish all the mothers of the world a very happy Mother's Day. The celebration of Mother's Day is a very popular occasion, especially with the children. Mothers give their unconditional love to their children without expecting anything in return. So I would not be wrong if I say that mothers are walking miracles. A mother is born long before she gives birth to her baby. She spends her whole life fulfilling the dreams of others, sacrificing her own dreams. According to the Bible, God cannot be everywhere, so He created mothers on earth. So today let us all thank our mothers for being the constant support and guide for what we are today. Now, at this moment, I would not hesitate to take this opportunity as well as this platform to thank my own mother, my mom. If you are hearing this, thank you, Mom, for whatever you have done for me and for what I am today. So before I end, I would like to recite a small poem which I'm sure would relate to many of you as it did to me. It's titled, If I Knew as a Child. If I knew as a child what I know now, Mom, I probably wouldn't have made things so hard for you. I would have understood that you were looking out for my best interest, even though it may not seem so at that time. I would have known how difficult it is to let go, to stand back and let someone you love learn from their mistakes. I would have realized how fortunate I was to have a mother who was always there for me. Even after an argument, even after I'd said things I shouldn't have. While it's too late for a lot of things, it's not too late for me to tell you that I appreciate how loving you are, how giving you've always been, and that even though I may not always be good at showing it, I love you very much, Mom. Thank you and have a nice day. Beautiful.
Thank you, ma'am. A beautiful poem indeed. And you always give new meaning to such special words like mother. Thank you, ma'am. We now move on to the next item on our agenda. It's a special dance performance by our Blossomite Nidhyati on Yashoda Ka Nand Lala.
मैं
Sarvishta ma'am, are you there?
I'm really sorry, ma'am. I was muted. Okay.
Oh,
So it
says
was a
me.
very nice performance from Nidhyati, depicting the nice relationship between a mother and her son. Let us move on to the students' bite section, where we have our students, our blossomites, speaking their mind on mothers.
I love my mom. She's loves me and kisses me. Good morning, ma'am.
What do you learn from your mother?
I learned from my mother to do the work in our home. Mother takes care of everyone in our family. She helps me to do my homework. She teaches me good habits. She kind and loving me. Thank you.
Good morning, Anusha.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, let me ask you one question. How do you pacify your mother when she is angry or upset?
I pacify my mother. When she is angry, I tell my mother, "Why did you angry? I love you."
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Harshi.
Good morning, ma'am.
अच्छा, मुझे बताएंगे आप और आपकी मम्मी एक साथ समय कैसे बिताते हो?
जब हम लोग कहीं घूमने जाते हैं तो मैं मम्मी से अपनी बात शेयर करता हूँ और मम्मी अपने हॉस्पिटल के बाद मेरे साथ शेयर करती है.
Okay, thank you so much. Good morning, Aryan. So, tell me this one. What do you do when you see your mom after 3 to 4 hours?
I hug my mother silently.
Good morning, Pratyusha.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How will you express your love and respect to your mother on Mother's Day?
She is my world. I like to be a good person like her. I pray to God for her to give her a good health and long life. And I am her lovely Munchkin. Thank you, and I love her very much.
Good morning, Vijayalakshmi.
Good morning, ma'am.
Achha, what do you and your mom enjoy together?
Me and my mom enjoy together very much. Like eating together, watching movies together, going to park together, and playing together. We enjoy very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Pritesh.
Good morning, ma'am.
How does your mom, you love your mom?
Yes.
Yeah. How does your mom inspires you?
Being a symbol of love and care, my mom, whom I call my mommy, is my teacher, my friend, and my inspiration of my life.
That much. Huh? And what are the things, important things your mother taught you?
There are many important things my mother has taught me. Like being my best friend. She has taught me to help people, to others with their needs. And as a teacher, she has taught me to dream big and love big and do service for the mankind. Thank you.
Good morning, Nilesh.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you?
I am fine, ma'am.
You love your mother?
Yes, ma'am.
What she has taught? What are the important things she has taught you?
My mother has taught me many things. Like my mother has taught talk politely with everyone, starting from kid to adult, and always be a good person. Always help elder people when they ask.
Okay, so many gifts you have got from your mother.
Yes, ma'am.
So, if you get any chance that you will give a gift to your mother, what you will give on her 60th birthday?
Ma'am, I want to leave a house to my mother.
Very good.
Good morning, Tanisha.
Good morning, ma'am.
I hope you love your mother so much.
Yes, ma'am.
How does she inspire you?
My mother inspired me to be a better person. She is such a positive and thoughtful person.
Mother, what will you give on her 60th birthday?
I just want to be a good and honest person on or before her 60th birthday. That will be the precious gift for her.
Okay, that will be the precious gift. Very good. Good morning, Saishti. How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am.
So I think you love your mother very much.
Yes, ma'am.
How does she inspire you?
My mother is my inspiration because he is a positive person. And very friendly mother who always motivates me to say.
So if you want to give a gift to your mother, so what will you give on her 60th birthday?
Ma'am, I would take her to a hill station and celebrate her 50th birthday over there. I would like to give her a Kolhapuri sandal and new sari.
Very nice. Thank you. Good morning, Arnab.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you? You love your mother very much, no doubt. So, what are the important things she has taught you?
Overcome to your faces. My mother says that never give up anything. Practice makes a man perfect. She always says not to fight anything and be a good person.
Okay. Good morning, Kwaish.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm fine.
So, you also love your mother.
Yes, ma'am. I love you very much.
What important things she has taught you?
She has taught me very important things. Some of them are, she told me never to lie to someone even if I'm afraid to tell the truth. And she always tells me to work hard and respect everyone. She always tells me to study well so that I can have a good future.
Okay, if you give a chance to give a gift to your mother on her 60th birthday, what you would do?
I would like to give her whatever she wills on her 60th birthday, but the most important thing I would like to give her is love and care so she can feel the happiest.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Prapti.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you?
Fine, ma'am.
I think you also love your mother very much.
Yeah, ma'am, very much.
So, what important things she has taught you?
Important things she has taught is never give up and always try to be a good person, fight for yourself, and give respect others.
Anything else?
Yes, and be a great person.
Yeah, very nice. If you will get a chance to give your mother, so what would you love to give on her 60th birthday?
I would like to give her a ticket of water on her 60th birthday.
Walter, wow, your mother is so lucky.
Hi, I am Sakti. I am from class 8 and I am going to tell you that why my mother is a superhero for me. My mother is a superhero because she supported me and continues to support me in all things in my life. She never gives up and works hard for the family. Thank you.
Hi Divyanshu, I'm going to ask the same question to you again that I've been asking everyone. Mothers are today's superheroes. What do you think about this statement?
Everyone's mother is a superhero for their child. We can call a mother a superhero because she always cares for us. We can never stop learning from her. She always protects us from any danger in our life. She takes care of us at any moment and we should always respect her. Thank you.
Mothers are today's superheroes. Muskan, what do you have to say about it?
The
superhero in front of their children, as they can cure every bruise and scars, and they're the one and only inspiration in front of their children.
Hi Nishita, I'm going to give you one popular statement. Mothers are today's superheroes. Why don't you explain it to us?
Good morning everyone. My name is Yashita of class 9. Today I'm going to say why mothers are our superheroes. Mothers are our superheroes because they don't give up and handle everything. God could not be everywhere, so He made mothers. When we see into our mother's eyes, we find the purest love in this earth for ourselves. Thank you.
Hello Swastik, if I say mothers are today's superheroes, what do you think about this statement?
Mothers are today's superheroes. A mother is the most sacrificing person anyone can ever think of. For most of us, our mothers are real superheroes. They sacrifice very much for us, and we realize this when we grow up and be a bit mature to know the real importance of her in our life. Thank you.
So Divyasha, here's a question where you have to look into your mother's heart and mind. Now my question to you is, if your mother has won rupees 1 crore, what do you think your mother will do with this amount?
As per every mother sacrifices for their child and for his family's happiness, I think for being a good guidance, good friend, I think my mother will send this money for my and for my family's happiness. Thank you.
Hello Abhishek. Now I'm going to give a very popular statement to you. Mothers are today's superheroes. What is your opinion about this statement?
Growing up in the childhood, we have seen many superheroes with different superhuman strength. And I can say that I have met a real life superhero whose superpower is her love, which cannot be defeated. Who has the problem of all the solutions. Who is my mother.
Hi Krishna, how are you? Now my question to you is, what is your opinion on the statement, mothers are today's superheroes?
Mothers are like superheroes because they have the power to do multiple things all together. No one can multitask like a mother. She will always encourage you to do your best and tell you to never give up under any circumstances. There is a great quote where it is said that God could not be everywhere and therefore He made a mother.
Nice compilation indeed. Compilation
nice.
of all the thoughts and feelings coming straight directly from the pure and innocent hearts. Of course, mothers are today's superheroes. Thank you, children. Thank you, sir. May I now request our chief guest, Professor Dr. Namita Mohanty, to speak on the topic, contribution of mothers for the holistic development of the children. But before that, I take the pleasure of giving a brief introduction of Professor Mohanty. Professor Namita Mohanty was teaching psychology at Utkal University, Bhubaneswar, and also in some premier government colleges in Odisha for more than 4 decades. She has taught in Ravenshaw, BJB College, RD College, SB College, and Gangadhar Meher College as well. She is also the former head of the Department of Psychology, Utkal University. Professor Mohanty served as an honorable member of Odisha Public Service Commission and is a city-based practicing counselor who strongly believes in making people happy in the journey of life. She studied in Utkal University and completed her PhD from the JNU, New Delhi. Currently, ma'am is working as Professor Emeritus in Keys University, Odisha. To her credit, she has already published some 7 books, 5 handbooks, and nearly 80 articles in psychology in various national and international journals, apart from the various projects she has been doing with the UNICEF and Oxfam. Professor Mohanty has also a passion for literature, especially for poetry and short stories, both in English as well as in Odia. Ma'am has traveled widely in the state as well as the country, all over India and in some parts of Europe and USA, as she appreciates multiculturalism. Ma'am, it's an honor to hear from you. We're all ready for you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Let me thank all of you, first of all, for giving me an opportunity to interact with you. I am thankful to Nadia Madam and to the Principal Madam, Simita Madam, and to all other teachers who are present over here. I wish you all a happy day. Today is Mother's Day. So greetings from my side and wishing you all a very happy, fruitful life ahead. Let me share a few slides. I thought of speaking like this, but then I thought, let me show some slides so that, those things will be imprinted in your mind and you can really put it into action. That's why I've prepared few slides because time is limited and I won't be able to elaborate in detail as a psychologist, what as teachers you should do, what as mothers, the mothers, young mothers should do. So let me start with the slides. Can you see it? Just see?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You can see the slide, no? You can hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's fine. Today I'll be talking to you about the contribution of mothers in raising up the children for a holistic development and to make them really happy in life. So what we should do. Now, before I go to the I think there's some problem in again showing the slides. Okay, if you can show it, yeah. It's a special day for all of us, and on second Sunday of May, this is celebrated all over the world, and especially in UK, Canada, Australia, Philippines, India, everywhere. It is celebrated with a lot of love because we remember our mother on this day. We remember her every day, but on this particular day, we remember with special feelings for what she has done for us and what she has done for the society. And this Mother's Day started sometime long back. It was in 1935, I believe, by a lady from West Virginia, UK. Her name was Anna Jarvis. It was in memory of a mother and in memory of all the mothers who have given birth to the babies who have taken up the world at a later stage of life. Now, mother is remembered with a lot of love, with a lot of respect and gratitude for her contribution in raising us up. She symbolizes bliss, she symbolizes grace, and she is an epitome of goddess or the power of divinity. Motherhood is a very happy phase of life, but it is full of pain. Giving birth to a child is just like a second birth. The pain, the suffering, and then becoming happy after seeing the face of the child. These are all combinations of happiness and little bit of pain, but the pain vanishes the moment the child is handed over in the hands of the mother. So as a friend, as a philosopher, as a guide throughout our life, in good times, in bad times, during happy times, during sadness, she is the only one who stands by us. Father is there, family members are there, siblings are there, but it is the mother whose love remains unparalleled in this world. When we are born into this world, the mother is with us, but when we leave this world, we will live all alone. So that shows the significance of a mother, the presence of a mother during our entire course of life. And coming to the mother-child bonding, as you know, many of you are mothers, so you know how deep is the attachment. How the feeling of oneness develops when the mother interacts with the child or mother rears up the child. Now, the love for the child is not only confined to the human world or into the human society, it is also seen in the animal world. All of you must have marked it. And how the little birds, build nests before laying eggs or hatching and then safeguarding the life of the small birds. Same with the animals also. Now, there is a very famous thing some of you might be knowing about it. It's called kangaroo love. When the child is born to the mother kangaroo keeps it in the pocket, which is there in the belly, outside the belly. And she does it because, she wants to protect the baby and she wants to feel the warmth of the child, because the feeling of warmth is extremely important for both of them, for the mother and for the child. And from this feeling of warmth develops the sense of security, the sense of safety, the sense of well-being. So attachment with the mother, skin to skin attachment is extremely important. So these days, what the doctors do in the hospitals and also the psychologists recommend is that soon after the birth, the child is to be kept on the chest of the mother. There is skin to skin touch, and that reduces the risk of diseases that the child is likely to suffer. That also adds to the life of the children, and also it over a period of time makes the child independent and confident. So for the overall well-being of the child, we say the contact with mother soon after birth and throughout life is extremely important. Now here I just want to just go back to the other slide, please, the previous one. Yeah, here I'll just tell you about a small experiment which is very famous in psychology. It is about Harlow's experiment. Harry Harlow's. It is about the mother, the artificial mothers, the surrogate mothers, made up of wares. One mother is made up of ware, a monkey mother, and the other one is made up of soft cloths, terrible cloths. And soon after the birth of the baby monkeys, they were taken away from the mothers and they were kept with these artificial mothers. And the were monkey was attached with a feeding bottle so that whenever the little monkeys feel hungry, they will go and have food from the mother. But it was observed that during their stay with these artificial mothers, whenever they felt hungry, they went to the were mother to satisfy their hunger. But rest of the times they were spending time with this soft mother made up of wool. And this is interesting here to tell you that whenever the child is separated from the mother who was made up of wool, the child screams, shouts, cries, because there is a separation between the mother and the child, which is really painful for them. So it is happening in the animal world, and also it is happening in human world. In case of mother zebra also, soon after birth, zebra is a very innocent animal. It can't defend for its own life, and they are mostly found in Africa, in Kenya. So soon after birth, the mother zebra kicks the baby zebra because it wants that the baby zebra should wake up and walk and run to defend itself from the attack of the predators. Similarly, when we see in an elephant herd that a baby is having trouble, all the members of the herd, they come and try to rescue the baby. Same case with the birds, and we find that taking care of the newborn is an instinct. It is the mother's instinct to look after the baby, to feed the baby, to provide safety measures, to give security, nursing, and total protection. And training of independence is extremely important for the survival of the children. Next slide, please. I'll just hint on the human touch and care with a very interesting experiment by Winnicott. Winnicott was a pediatrician in UK. She was a psychoanalyst also. And she observed that mothers usually in the beginning, they give a lot of attention, care, to the newborn babies. But gradually they start remaining away from the child. When the child cries, the mother used to run to soothe her. But then gradually the mother withdraws from the child, and the child expresses its frustration by crying, screaming, so on and so forth. But gradually the child adapts to the absence of the mother. So in the process, the child learns to develop independence, to tolerate uncertainty, and to live without mother for some period of time. And this is essential for all of us for our survival, because we cannot remain attached to the mother. We cannot depend on the mother for all time to come. Now, today we find that there is the period of long dependence in human beings. Mothers are spoon feeding children. I have seen some of the engineering students, they just stretch their legs and the mother ties the shoelaces. So that is somehow not good for them, because they have to lead an independent life. So they must know how to look after themselves. So the first and the foremost thing during our process of socialization, that is when we are raising children, bringing up children, teaching them values, ethics, discipline, rules, empathy, compassion, etc., we must give them some space for their self-expression, which is not usually given in our societies. So the mother is a symbol of hope and home. She provides home, she provides shelter, she provides care, she gives us food, and at the same time, she instills confidence and hope in children. And these are the two important things to live in this world. You have to have a home for security, and you have to have hope to march ahead in life in accomplishing the goals that you have set for yourself. And today also we are emphasizing on life skill development. It includes communication, critical thinking, reasoning, problem solving, and decision making. If you are not adept in all these things, maybe you will lose out a whole lot of things in this rat's competition to have a position in the society. Now, today we also find that parents are having high expectation, which is a warning signal for all of us. We have to have expectation, and the expectation is set according to the ability of the children. If I am capable of doing something, maybe we can raise the expectation level a little higher than my ability. But if there is too much of gap between my ability and what I am expected to do, ultimately it will lead to failure, lead to frustration, and the life will be miserable. So in this case, I just want to tell you about the Pygmalion effect, which tells us that we must expect positive things from people. So if you expect positive things to happen, it is quite likely that the positive things will happen. If you expect a child to do well in examination, perform well in different domains of life, the child will do that. Yeah, and you must have heard about this experiment, those who have studied psychology, that in the beginning of a session, some of the psychologists visited at school and told the teachers that all these kids, a group of kids, they look very promising and they are going to excel in academics. And they also intentionally pointed out that these are the children who are not that good compared to the other group. Now, at the end of the session, again, the psychologist visited the school and asked the teacher about their opinion. What did they find? How did these children fare? How did they do in the examination or in all assessment tests? And to the surprise of everyone, the teacher said, we have found these boys or the girls who were identified as good and bright and promising, they really outperformed. And the students who were identified as not so good or little dull, they didn't do that well. But in reality, the students didn't differ in their intellectual ability. They had the same level of intelligence, but it is our behavior, it is our communication with the students, it is the way we care for the students that has an impact, in increasing the IQ level of the children. Surprisingly, there was an increase of 14 points of IQ. So it is our behavior, our communication, our eye contact, our encouragement, our rewards that really helps the children to grow intellectually and also socially and emotionally. Now, because of high level of demands on the children to excel in academics, to get into all Indian Institute of reputation, AIIMS and IIMs and IITs, it's okay, we'll have goals in life. But when we are not capable of achieving them, or we just marginally miss to get a seat, limited number of seats are there, now what happens to the child? That all mothers must keep in mind. But success is to be celebrated, but failure is to be accepted, and we have to think of what are the other alternatives that are lying before us. So fixing goals along with fixing sub goals is important. If I'm failing in one goal, let me take up the sub goals. If I cannot be a doctor, let me be a nurse, or let me be a dentist, whatever it may be, or let me work as a mechanic or a technical personnel in the cath lab or in the CT scan center. So really your interest is to be focused upon, and it doesn't matter where you are studying, because it is the interest which helps you to pursue your goal and keeping you happy ultimately in life. Now, stress and the anxiety levels are increasing, especially it has been found during this pandemic years, where academics suffered, livelihood were lost, and people really suffered in anxiety and frustrations because of the uncertainty that is prevailing around us. So it is the fear of failure which is crippling us. The ability, the potentialities that we have, we are not being able to express it properly because we do not get the right kind of an environment, a congenial environment, an encouraging environment. And it is the fear of failure which is pulling us backward. Therefore, there is a need to fix goals and there is a need to fix sub-goals, not to feel frustrated in life. Next slide, please. So it is important for all mothers when we are parenting them or helping the child to cope, to grow, to set realistic goals. As I have hinted on this point, the goals should be achievable for the child, looking at the capacity, the ability of the children. And to make the child all the more realistic, we have to make the home environment a vibrant environment, a positive environment. There should be cooperation between all the members of the family. Father also plays a very significant role. Just because we are remembering mother, we cannot ignore the father. So together they constitute the family, together they rear up the children, and each one has an independent role to play, and together they make the child disciplined. So as psychologists, we always suggest that during these stressful moments, at least, and busy lifestyle, at least one meal should be common. The eating together, it provides a platform for the children to speak out what happened during the day in the school or in the college. So that is a platform which gives the freedom for the children to express freely the activities that went on during the day. Good time, bad time, so on and so forth. Now, it is important for the parents to look at the small problems that the child is facing and try to solve them as soon as possible, taking the help of the counselors and the teachers and others also who are there ready to help before these small problems turn into major problems. So prevention is always better. That the parents, the young mothers should keep in mind. And when we are talking about the holistic development, all-round development, integrated development of children, we must focus on the health, on the physical exercise aspect, the nutrition, the sleep, so on and so forth. Children's playtime is reduced, exercise time is reduced. All the time they are glued to the computer, reading in the computer, or watching some entertainment program. So we have to make them walk, make them run, let them do the cycling, so that the good hormones of the body, the positive hormones of the body, they get released and make us prepared to face the challenges of life. We have to remember that no two individuals are same, no two children are different, because I was listening to the bites of the children, they spoke so well. Everyone is special, the emotions was getting reflected and the love of the mother was getting reflected. So we have to keep in mind that individual difference is to be respected and is to be acknowledged, and we shouldn't think that all will perform at the same level or in the same way. And so far as needs are concerned, we have growing needs, and once one need is satisfied, the other need, shows its face. So as mothers or as while parenting the children, we have to remember that all needs of the children need not be fulfilled, should not be fulfilled. Let the gratifications of needs wait for a while, so that the child learns that in life also I have to wait for many things. Everything is not ready-made, everything is not delivered immediately. There is a waiting period. So children are losing patience because they cannot wait for some time for the needs to get satisfied. So intentionally, the mothers have to delay the gratification of the rewards or the fulfillment of the needs in order to help the children to tolerate frustration to some extent. So learning to wait is important for all of us. And at the same time, introducing rewards, introducing encouragement, introducing appreciation should be intermittent. It should not be regularly. You don't have to say, well done to the child, but intermittently you must write on the notebook, or verbally you can tell the child in the class that yes, your performance is outstanding, you have done well, but keep doing well should be the message that should be given across. We have to respect individuality, because individual difference, as I've said, is important. Some are good in drawing, some are good in painting, some are good in dance and music. So those things are to be taken into account, and we must focus on those things in which they are really good. And we shouldn't give them the things for which they have no appreciation, no inclination, no aptitude. And every child has a right. You must be aware of the child's rights. They have a right to exist, they have a right to develop, they have a right to participate, they have a right to read, so on and so forth. So we have to love, respect, and accept each and every child, make the child feel special in some way. Parenting style, as you know, there are authoritarian parenting style, which are very strict, very strict parenting style, do this, do that, sticking to the time schedule. Then authoritative parenting style is much better because there is little freedom and flexibility. Permissive style, saying yes to everything to the child is also not good. And neglectful child is a very cold, there is no warmth, and that's not at all healthy for the children. So I'll ask the parents to opt for authoritative parenting style where there is permissibility, where there is love, where there is warmth, and where the mother and the father have time to listen to the parents, because deep listening is important. When you listen to the child, we come to know what goes on within the child, because many times children do not speak out. Some children are shy, some children are frank, but when you listen to the children, they really take interest, and they say that, yes, mother is listening to me, my parents are interested in me, so let me speak out things that are accumulated within me. So it's sharing of experience for them. Children are curious by nature. They will explore, they will break things. A good home is that where it is not very orderly. If there is too much of orderliness, the child is likely to develop a different kind of personality, or maybe obsessive compulsive disorder. So there will be little samples here and there, and the mother and the children, if they put the things back into order, that is a better place than a very, very well organized home where everything is kept in the right place. Organization is important. Organized home is important, but there should be some amount of freedom to explore the surrounding that is there in the home or outside. The creativity is one of the important gifts to the human beings, a gift of nature, I can say. It is through the creativity that the society develops. Society is benefited literally, technologically, scientifically, ethically. But in generally, the practice of the school is that creativity, innovativeness is not much encouraged. I am using the word not much. It is not encouraged, but it is not much encouraged because the child is expected to write what is there in the book. If your C writes a sentence of his or her own, the teacher doesn't appreciate much. So as teachers or as mothers, I'll definitely request you to encourage the creative talent that the child is having, because the society will improve only through the creative talent, not much with intelligence. Intelligence is required, but creativity leads to innovations or innovativeness. Now, extracurricular activities are to be given importance too. But again, these days, I find the mothers asking children to do everything that is possible under the world, dancing, music, swimming, playing cricket. No, focus on one or two things in which the child has an interest, and child has the energy and the enthusiasm to do that. So don't take up 5, 10, 15 hobbies. One or two hobbies are good enough to continue throughout your life, and you will never get bored. If you know how to write a poetry, you know how to enjoy reading a poetry, writing a story, reading a novel, painting, so on and so forth, or playing a particular game. So that the young mothers, I'll request them to take note of. Then there shouldn't be any comparison, as you know, that children are unique, they have their own individuality. So don't make X, don't compare X with Y because they're two individuals, and it is unethical, unfair to compare one individual with the other. Next slide, please. Yeah, creating a positive environment is important because we are talking of human capital these days. This is the last slide, so I won't bore you much with my deliberation. This is human capital we are talking about. That we are full of human resources. The positive things that we have within us, that most often they remain suppressed because we do not get the right kind of an environment to nurture them or to express them for their growth. So a stimulating environment is the one which helps people to grow to the maximum possible extent. We have potentiality, but how much of potentiality we are using? Maybe 10, 20, 30, 40%. Rest of the potentialities are remaining hidden. So we must try as teachers, as parents, to unleash those potentialities, unfolding of those potentialities. So the originality that the children are having, they get a chance to express them, and which can immensely help the society. So I'll just tell you a sentence about one of the famous psychologist, Watson, J.B. Watson. He was a behaviorist who believed in studying the behavior of human beings while defining psychology as a discipline. And he said, you give me a dozen of children and the kind of environment I want, the right kind of environment I want, and I guarantee that out of this 12 children, a dozen of children, I can make engineers, doctors, businessmen, corporate executives, teachers, everything, and also criminals and thieves. So it is the environment which contributes to a large extent, along with our intelligence, what we become in life. If we are put in the right kind of an environment, most of our abilities are expressed, and we prove ourselves as meritorious, we prove ourselves as successful individuals. That's why we say self-efficacy. It's your effectiveness, it's your general functioning, your optimism, looking always at the brighter side of life. The glass is half full or half empty. We say glass is half full, and there are some people who say the glass is always full because the empty portion above the water level is filled with air. That kind of attitude all of us should have, so that we can march ahead in life. Hope should be there. We should not be hopeless in this society. Otherwise, we will lose ourselves as individuals in the society. And resilience, to fight back when there are difficult moments in life, to bounce back when there are difficulties in life. Therefore, mentoring is important. As parents, you must mentor every stage of the children, in which direction they are moving. And the child abuse is also increasing. That is really shocking, and that is really perturbing most of us, starting from different negative things that are happening with the children, with the adolescents. One of them is addiction, definitely. So that, as teachers, as psychologists, we must try to take care of. And if the foundation is strong, if the mother and the father, they're laying a good foundation, we are less likely to go in a negative direction in life. So we can take the help from the teachers regarding their behavior, regarding their accomplishment, academic performance, and also school counselors can help a great deal, having individual sessions with the children, having sessions with the parents, and the children having sessions with the teachers, to provide the best care to the students to grow intellectually, socially, and emotionally. Last thing that I'll tell you is about the 3 A's to happiness, because ultimately all of us, we want to be happy. Now, after reaching great heights, people are quitting their jobs and coming back, teaching children in the school, or spending time in the mountainous regions, or just relaxing themselves, because there is a point where we find that needs are enough. We have to put an end to that. But as young persons, we have to have needs, and we must try to achieve these needs as much as possible. The 3 A's for happiness, it's just like a triangle, 3 sides of a triangle. And the first A stands for acceptance, self-acceptance, accepting oneself. Second A stands for acceptance by others. Others should also accept us. Not that I will accept only myself, but I should have recognition from others, love from others, appreciation from others. And the third A is your accomplishment, your success in life. Maybe a big success, maybe a small success, but the success is to be recognized and appreciated. So wishing you all a very happy and healthy childhood, and wishing you all success in life. Be happy in life. That's the message for today's seminar. Thank you, and happy Mother's Day once again to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was indeed a very nice and interesting presentation, very educating, telling us how to instill hope and confidence among our children in all difficult times. Personally, ma'am, I liked it very much, and I got to know what all wrongs we are doing to our children, knowingly, unknowingly. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Now,
much.
may I request the mother we see every day in our blossoms to address us all, a mother who is the mother to all the teachers and staff members in Blossoms. May I request our director, ma'am, our dear Nadia ma'am, to address us all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. First of all, Sharmishta ma'am, for introducing me as mother to all. And I suddenly felt that, oh my God, I have such a huge responsibility that I could not really justify it. I felt a little perturbed. But first of all, my namaskar and my all pranam and good wishes to my dear teacher, Dr. Namita Mahanti. And ma'am, I felt so nostalgic when you were talking. I felt like I'm sitting in the gallery in psychology department and you are addressing, and all those good memories of my time in psychology department. And really every bit of your talk was so wonderful, and you really touched each and every point as was expected. And certainly it's being, I think it is life changing, life transforming topics that you said. Yesterday when you told me that I just have few slides, I was thinking, oh my God, ma'am is calling this just few slides. But this was like, it was, I think, not only a few slides, but it was few chapters of a mighty book. So, ma'am, it will be really nice if we can gather all these points once again. I'm sure we have the recording of your talk, and we have the slides with us. So certainly, at least I am going to write on it, because, but that you will publish it, ma'am. This is your book, and all the beautiful points you said.
Thank you. I'm honored. I'm honored, Nadia madam. I'm honored. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Honor is mine, and sir as well.
Thank you.
So, yeah, let me just wish all the mothers who are here today, because I see the attendance presence in the Zoom room is less, but I'm sure we are giving a YouTube live. So many mothers are there. Some of them might be putting their mobile now in the kitchen, next to the grinder, as they are making idli, dosa, something for the day. Some of them might be near cooking pan because they have to make mutton, they have to make chicken, they have to do a lot of things. Some of them might be ironing some shirt or something and listening to what we are talking. I'm sure they all are listening to us, but they all are multitasking. Like they all, it's Mother's Day. Of course, we wish them, we greet them, but it's not a holiday for them. So really, and on the contrary, it's on a Sunday. So the Sunday, Mother's Day, Mother's regular Sunday is a working day, a full-fledged working day. So on top of that, you have Mother's Day. So anyway, wish you happy Mother's Day, all dear mothers out there and potential mothers, the girls in this room, and the practical mothers, the teachers who are really every day, they are there with the children, and the support staff who are also very good, loving mothers at the school. So all of you deserve a hearty congratulations and a hearty greeting for this particular day. Maybe today you don't get a chance to celebrate, but it's okay. Just take it as a day being earmarked and reserved for you as Mother's Day. Actually, I really, after my teacher, my Professor Namita Mahanti spoke, I don't have anything to say, but still I have butterflies in my tummy, which are forcing me to, speak out. So I just have few things. But at the same time, the students' bites were so wonderful. I think they have expressed already about all emotional things I wanted to say. And they gave it in such a genuine way. And they just, I mean, you just think of the wordings that they use. Someone said, my mother is my world. My goodness, this is so beautiful. If I think my children also will say such a thing about me, I'm really, I can no more fit in my skin. My skin becomes tight for me. So I fly to the other world. And someone who said that my mother, I honor my mother because she's multitasking. Someone said that she has solution to all the problems. Just you see, from such young age, the children have already understood the value and the station of their mother. You see, when a baby is born, the child is not coming to this world with a manual. Everything you buy, there's a manual, how to use it, how to, function, the functions of the gadget or whatever. But the child comes to this world without a manual. So the mother has to really scratch her head, and she has to really think over and sacrifice a lot to see what can be done, how it can be. Of course, fathers, I can't say because sir is sitting next to me, so I can't even dare to neglect the role of fathers. And of course, fathers have a great role to play, but mothers do it silently. And, they don't want to take the credit, but they should be accredited for that. So it's really very true. And I just don't want to prolong it because students have prepared some of their performance for all of us. But as mothers are here, I just want to say that the mothers are the reservoirs or the storehouse of many qualities, attributes, attitudes, and positivity. So I just want to name it. Like if you talk of joy, mothers are joy unlimited. Work unlimited. Sacrifice unlimited. Challenges unlimited. Tolerance, tolerating every bit of the growth of their children and every bit of the environment, tolerance unlimited. Patience unlimited. And you see, everything, all these unlimited qualities, attitudes, attributes, and works are being responded by blessings unlimited. Take it as a message today, dear mothers. You are blessed. We are blessed to be mothers, and the blessing is unlimited. So this is what is being said in olden time, that heaven is underneath the feet of mothers. And it is really true. Heaven is placed underneath the feet of mothers. Because what mothers are doing, first of all, they are making heaven on earth. And secondly, they are being placed in heaven after this life. So I think this is something really very timely and very rightly said. And this has to be noted and has to be regarded by all of us. So once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers present in this meeting and all the mothers who are not present here. And we have great regard for all of you, and we wish you all the best. And we will certainly look for some other time that we can talk face to face and we can really hug each other and exchange our feelings, emotions, and cheer up our the honor of motherhood. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
My pleasure. My
Thank
pleasure.
you, ma'am. Thanks for all the inspiring words. You really are an inspiration to all of us. And you have put a certain benchmark on motherhood, ma'am. Thanks for that. Okay, so let us move on to the next section. We have the speeches. Some students are giving speech. Our dear Blossomites are giving speech on Mother's Day. So requesting Bharat sir to do the needful.
Good morning to Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Nimita Mahanti, respected founder managers, sir, principal ma'am, teachers, all the mothers, and my dear friends. I am Payamani Ahmed of class 9, and today I am here to present a speech on Mother's Day. First of all, I would like to wish a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers present here and around the world. A mother is the most adorable and lovable living being in this world. She only gives and never wishes to receive anything back in return. Her prayers and good wishes are always given to a child. It is hard to sum up the love and affection of a mother towards a child in just words. A mother's soul is so remarkably pure that it cannot be found anywhere else. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank my mother for all the effort she has taken to raise me and my brother into what we are today. She is my first teacher who taught me important life lessons. She taught me how to stand on my feet by holding my hands. She is my first friend, teacher, guide, and philosopher. But practically speaking, every day is a Mother's Day, but to honor their motherhood, their sacrifices, their love and care, every year on the second Sunday of May, it is celebrated as Mother's Day. I would also like to include by saying that a child may not be able to speak their heart, but by just looking into their eyes, a mother can know what is going inside their heart. This is the love and care a mother carries for her children. No matter how much pain she suffers, how many people criticize her, she still acts like a protective shield for her children and family. And this is why mothers are the symbol of love, care, and protection. And with this, I would like to end my speech. Thank you everyone for your time and patience.
Good morning, Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Namita Mahanti, respected Founder Manager Sir, Founder Director Ma'am, Principal Ma'am, teachers, all the mothers, and my dear friends. So a very happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Every year we celebrate Mother's Day on the second week Sunday of May. Mothers are a very adorable and lovable person in our life. Her prayers and good wishes are always with the children. A mother's embrace is the most safest place for all the children. We can share anything with her without any worries and without any hesitation. Mother, she is the most important person in our life. She can sacrifice her career and happiness for her children. A mother she is who can take others' places but not can take her place. There is no way to be a perfect mother, but there are billions of ways to be a good mother. Mother took us our hand and taught us how to walk. She also taught us how to speak as well as to write. She is also known as our first teacher as well as our first best friend. Mother, she took care of us when we were sick and loved us how much we needed. So we should love her and respect her with all our heart. And a mother's love and care can't be compared to anything in this world. A mother is the constant person in this ever-changing world. If she wants, she can go in her happiness and do whatever she wants, but she first cares about her family and her children. A mother she is who never even care of her, but care of every family. Mothers are not the persons who have never struggled. They are the persons who have never given up, and despite their struggles. Mother, she is the most important person in our life, and we should always share with her. We shouldn't hide anything from her. She always supports from our back without annoying of us. She is like our superheroes. Mothers are our superheroes. We shouldn't always celebrate Mother's Day on a particular day, but always. I wish every mother happy Mother's Day and all the best. And I hope keep liking her. At last I want to say, माँ तुमसे बढ़कर कोई नहीं, खुद ही नहीं खुदा भी नहीं. Thank you and have fun.
Thank you, dear students. That was really interesting and a nice tribute to motherhood. We move on to our next program. It's a dance performance by our young Blossomites from Blossoms Kindergarten.
तेरी, तेरे सिवा तू ही बता क्या जिंदगी मेरी। मैं तो तेरे सपनों के रंग में ढला, तेरी उंगली पकड़ के चला, ममता के आंचल में पला। माँ, ओ मेरी माँ, तू मेरा लाडला। माँ, ओ मेरी माँ, मैं तेरा लाडला।
Happy Mother's Day.
Very nice. So sweet.
Very sweet, very cute. True love from our blossomites towards the mothers. Very nice. Okay, let us move on to the Mothers Bite section and let's hear what our mothers have to say, how they express their feelings.
माँ ए शब्दटी उच्चारण करिबा मात्रे मन भितर एक पुलक एक आनंद खेली जाई थाए। मु भी एक संतानर माँ, मु जाने ना मो संतान केते परिमाण रे मते बुझी थाए। मु भी एक जननीय संतान, मु किंतु बुझी थाए मार भावना और आवेग। भगवान श्री कृष्ण का भक्त विदुर भगवान को यही बर मागी जे मातृहस्तीन भोजन से सबुबले चाहूए, से सबुबले यही बर मागी जे मातृहस्तरू ही भोजन ग्रहण करेंगे, अर्थात से सबुबले माँ को सान्निध्य लाभ करने को चाहूले। माँ हिसाब रे मु एया कहबी जे प्रत्येक मार कर्तव्य और दायित्व से पिला मानकु जेमिति ठीक मार्ग रे परिचालित करिबा, पिला बेलु ही प्रत्येक क्षेत्र में शिक्षादान करमिति कि परिष्कार परिच्छन्न रहिबा, प्रत्येक जिनस को समानुवर्तिता हेबा एवं प्रत्येक कार्य को ठीक भाव करिबा। जननी जन्मभूमिश्च स्वर्गादपि गरीयसी। जननी ओ माटी माँ स्वर्गठारु भी गरियान होइथाय और माँ होइथाय ममतामयी।
दुनिया में एक ही जगह है जहाँ हम बड़े होते हैं, जब हम माँ के पेट में रहते हैं। क्योंकि जब हम माँ के पेट में रहते हैं वो हमें देख नहीं पाती, बिना देखे प्यार करना शुरू कर देती है, वो माँ होती है। मेरे हिस्से का जगती है, मेरे हिस्से का सो जाती है, मेरे हिस्से का जगती है, मेरे हिस्से का सो जाती है। सारे बच्चे लगते हैं एक जैसे, सबकी हो जाती है माँ। ये दुनिया होगी दुनिया के लिए, मेरे लिए मेरी दुनिया बनाती मेरे माँ।
Very
well
nice,
spoken.
very well spoken from the experiences, nice messages from their own experiences. Very nice. Let's move on to our Teachers Bite section where we have our dear Dipti ma'am speaking her mind on mothers.
नास्ति मातृ समाछाया, नास्ति मातृ समागति, नास्ति मातृ समांत्राण, नास्ति मातृ समाक्षपा। यथार्थरे कह जाइछि माँ ठारू भली भल आश्रयस्थल नहीं। माँ बिना अन्य गति नहीं। माँ भली भल रक्षाकर्ता, प्राणकर्ता, रक्षक नहीं। माँ ठारू केही अधिक प्रिय नहीं। आजिर एही कार्यक्रम मंचासीन स्कूल ब्लॉसम स्कूल प्रतिष्ठाता श्रीयुक्त तोराज सार, निर्देशिका श्रीमती नादिया मैम, मुख्य अतिथि प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर नमिता महंत, प्रिंसिपल सीमिता मैम, मोर सहकर्मी वृंद, उपस्थित अभिभावक मंडली और आदर पिलामानकु आज यही शुभ अवसर में मो पक्षर अभिनंदन और शुभेच्छा जनाऊँ। आज मु एक एमिति मनीष कथा कहवाक जाऊँगी जे आम जीवन में ସବୁଠାରୁ ଅଧିକ ସାରା ଜଗତରେ ଯିଏ ଆମକୁ ସବୁଠାରୁ ଅଧିକା ଭଲ ପାଏ, ଯିଏ ସମସ୍ତ କଷ୍ଟ ସ୍ୱୀକାର କରି ଆମକୁ ଭଲ ମଣିଷ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ସତତ ପ୍ରଚେଷ୍ଟା କରେ, ଯିଏ ଆମ ଖୁସିରେ ଖୁସି ହୁଏ, ଆମ ଦୁଃଖରେ ଦୁଃଖୀ ହୁଏ, ଆମ ଖୁସି ପାଇଁ ସାରା ସଂସାର ସହିତ ଲଢ଼ିବା ପାଇଁ ମଧ୍ୟ ପଛାଏ, ଯାହାର ନିଃଶର୍ତ ଭଲ ପାଇବା ସ୍ନେହ ଆମକୁ ସ୍ୱର୍ଗର ଅନୁଭବ ପ୍ରଦାନ କରେ, ଯିଏ ଅସୁସ୍ଥ ସମୟରେ ଦିନ ରାତି ବସି ଆମର ସେବା ଯତ୍ନ କରେ ଏବଂ ଆମକୁ ସବୁ ପ୍ରକାର ସୁବିଧା ଦେବା ପାଇଁ ପଛାଏ, ଆମର ସ୍ୱପ୍ନକୁ ପୂରଣ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ନିଜ ସ୍ୱପ୍ନକୁ ଜଳାଞ୍ଜଳି ଦିଏ, ଯିଏ ନିଜେ ଭୋକିଲା ରହି ନିଜ ସନ୍ତାନର ପେଟକୁ ପୁରାଏ, ତାକୁ ଆଧାର ଦିଏ, ଯିଏ ଆମ ଜୀବନରେ ସୁଖ ଦେବା ପାଇଁ ଆମକୁ ବାହାରକୁ ପଠାଇ ନିଜେ ଲୁଚି ଲୁଚି କାନ୍ଦେ, ଯିଏ ବାହାରୁ ଫେରିଲା ପରେ ପ୍ରଥମେ ଆମ ପେଟ ପୁରାଏ, ଯିଏ କୌଣସି ପ୍ରତ୍ୟାଶା ନ ରଖି ସବୁ ପ୍ରକାରର ସାହାଯ୍ୟ ଆମକୁ କରେ, ସେ ଆଉ କେହି ନୁହେଁ, ସେ ହେଉଛି ଆମର ମା। ସେ ଧରଣୀ ସୁରକ୍ଷା ସ୍ୱର୍ଗଠାରୁ ମହା, ହୀରା ନୀଳା ମୋତି ମାଣିକ୍ୟ ସବୁଠାରୁ ମୂଲ୍ୟବାନ ସେ, ତାର କୋମଳତା, ତାର ସହନଶୀଳତା, ତାର ଧୈର୍ଯ୍ୟ, ତାର ମଧୁରତା, ତାର ତୁଳନା ମା ଶବ୍ଦରେ ସତେ ଯେପରି ଭରି ରହିଛି ମାଧୁର୍ଯ୍ୟ। ମା ସର୍ବଦା ବନ୍ଦନୀୟ, ସର୍ବଦା ପୂଜିତା, ମାର ଆଶୀର୍ବାଦ ଅକାଟ୍ୟ, ମାତୃତ୍ୱର ଅବଦାନ ସର୍ବଜନୀୟ, ଜାତି ଭାଷା ସଂସ୍କୃତି ସୀମା ସରହଦ ସବୁରୁ ଊର୍ଦ୍ଧ୍ୱରେ ମା। ସେ କରୁଣାମୟୀ, ସନ୍ତାନ ପ୍ରତି ତାର ଅବଦାନ ଅବର୍ଣ୍ଣନୀୟ। ଦୁଃଖ ଓ କ୍ଷୋଭର ସହିତ କହିବାକୁ ପଡୁଛି ଯେ ଆଜି ମଧ୍ୟ ମା ମାନେ ନିର୍ଯାତିତା, ଅବହେଳିତା। ତାର କାରଣ ତାର ପିଲାମାନେ, ଯେଉଁମାନେ ସ୍ୱପ୍ନ ରାଜ୍ୟର ମରୀଚିକା ପଛରେ ଧାଇଁ ଧାଇଁ ବାସ୍ତବତାକୁ ଫେରି ନିରାଶ ହୋଇଯାଆନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ପଛକୁ ଫେରି ଦେଖନ୍ତି କେବଳ ମାର ନିଷ୍ପାପ ମୁଖ, ଯାହା ତାଙ୍କୁ ଆଗକୁ ବଢ଼ିବାକୁ ପ୍ରେରଣା ଦିଏ। ବାପା ମାଙ୍କ ପ୍ରେମ ଯେ ନିଃସ୍ୱାର୍ଥପର, ବିପଦମୁକ୍ତ, ଦୂରଦୃଷ୍ଟ, ତାହା ବୁଝିବା ପରେ ହୃଦୟ ହୁଏ ବିଦାରିତ। ମା ହୃଦୟର ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ସ୍ପନ୍ଦନ ଆମକୁ ସାନ୍ତ୍ୱନା ଦିଏ। ସେ ଦେବୀ ହୋଇ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ସମୟରେ ଆମ ନିକଟରେ ଅଛି, ଆମେ ତାକୁ ବାରମ୍ବାର ଦେଖୁଛେ, ତେଣୁ ତା ପ୍ରତି ଆମର ଭଲ ପାଇବା କମିଯାଉଛି। ଆଜି ମୁଁ ଅନୁରୋଧ କରିବି, ଆଜି ସମସ୍ତେ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ମାଆକୁ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ, ତାର ହୃଦୟକୁ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ, ତାର ହୃଦୟର ଗଭୀରତାକୁ ମାପନ୍ତୁ, ତାକୁ ଆଲିଙ୍ଗନ କରନ୍ତୁ, ଜାଣିପାରିବେ ସେ କେତେ ମହାନ, ଜାଣିପାରିବେ ତା ହୃଦୟର ବିଶାଳତା। ତେଣୁ ଯଥାର୍ଥରେ କୁହାଯାଇଛି ମାତୃଦେବ। ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ।
Thank you, dear Dipti ma'am. Your words always take us to a different world. And thank you for elaborating mother and motherhood in such a lovely manner. Thank you, Dipti ma'am. Let us now move on to this nice, profounding Odissi dance performance by our senior blossomite, Vaishnavi. Dance performance by Vaishnavi.
Thank you.
Vaishnavi. It was really very nice performance. Now coming towards the closure of this webinar, very interesting webinar, I'll request our event coordinator, Lakshmi Priya ma'am, to give the concluding remarks.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We would wish that it should continue like this, and everyone should dedicate to us this type of programs, but not possible because children are behind us and calling us. Please complete your Mother's Day and let us proceed. A very good morning to one and all present over here. I'll take this opportunity to thank you all for this lovely webinar. Before that, I'd like to say one quote: "A mother is she who can take the place of all others, but whose place no one else can take." Wish you all, and wish me too, a very happy Mother's Day once again.
Happy Mother's Day.
First of all, my heartfelt thanks to our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Namita Mohanty Madam, for giving her time and presenting such a worthy topic on this special day. And ma'am, wish you also a very happy Mother's Day. Thank you, ma'am. It was really very teachable. We learned a lot many things as we have adolescent kids. And also a special thanks to our dear moms, those who are present here with us and those who are watching in the YouTube also. Thank you all for your nice presence. And a very special thanks to our founder manager, sir, director ma'am, and principal ma'am, and promotional director Carmel ma'am for their support towards this celebration of very unique Mother's Day. Thanks to my dear colleagues for their hard work behind this successful webinar. And also a big thanks to the IT department for organizing this webinar successfully. And much love to our dear students, those who have played a vital role to make this webinar a successful one. Once again, thank you all and have a nice day.
So before we end, as per the normal protocol, like this program cannot end if I really hesitate to thank Lakshmi Priya ma'am, who is the event coordinator, and she has organized it so well and to make it a grand success. And also my team of teachers, like we really faced a lot of problems in recording all the programs due to shortage of teachers, and there's all gone for invigilation duties. So thank you to Lakshmi Priya ma'am and all my team of teachers who have really worked
Our
hard
pleasure, ma'am.
and made this a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was really very nice program. Congratulations to all.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dr. Namita ma'am, thank you so much for your presence.
Thank you all. Lots of thanks, tons of love to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Enjoyed the program thoroughly.
Your smiling face really gave us a boost. You know, all the time I was just observing. You were so nicely enjoying the bites of the
I enjoyed
kids.
the program. Special love for the children and Nadia madam also.
Yes.
And
My
we will be
pleasure,
meeting.
ma'am.
We'll be meeting often. And
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am, we would
And
love
best
to have
wishes.
you in our school.
Yeah,
very soon.
luckily I was free today, so I immediately said yes to Nadia madam, because earlier I refused once or twice, couldn't give time.
Yes.
This year I really enjoyed.
We were really fortunate and honored
Yes,
today
ma'am.
that we had you. Thank
Me
you
too,
so much.
me too. Thank you
Thank
once
you so
again,
much.
and we will be meeting. We'll be meeting on some other occasion. Thank you so
Certainly.
much, everyone. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
So Bharat sir, please wind up the meeting.